My bicycle is broken. But it's okay, my dad can fix it. He has a bag of wishes that he keeps his magic tricks in. And if I hit a rock, my dad, he's got a box about the length of our garage where he keeps bicycle band-aids just in case a tire pops. And 2 rungs below, among the dust, there glows a bucket cold with nuts and bolts. And when his hands form cups to hold these rusty old metal fillings, they turn to chunks of gold that can hold together buildings. In my backyard, above the rocks, he built a house among the feathers. He brought me closer to the heavens just by slamming boards together. In my backyard, there's a tree with arms that seem to scrape forever. But as perfect as that seems, my dad built wings that made it better. And he built this giant bar that goes straight across my yard with these legs that dig hard into the ground and stand guard. And from that bar he hung these swings, and when I'd swing I'd pump so hard that I'd push the clouds apart. And at the top I'd stall, and right before I'd fall I'd kind of float among the stars on the ends of iron ropes. See, my dad built a kingdom without making a single metaphor. His bare hands drew life from a backyard. My childhood was spent on the edge of a pendulum, stretching out my legs, trying to kick that star. My dad was a magician, a mathematician, a blacksmith, beautician, patching, stitching, fact and fiction. He had this mad ambition and pure love. And he may have been the last thing that I was sure of. See, my father isn't perfect. He's a whole bunch of problems that crept up to the surface as they piled up in corners. My dad didn't know that this world had nothing for him, so he kept reaching upwards towards nothing for us. Fuck it. Torches. Burn 'em. My dad was a huge fucking enormous fire burning, but my father fans the fumes of embers dying in a furnace. He used to have this shit down pat, this being a person, but sometimes it seems like his life wasn't lived on purpose. My dad was a superhuman giant of a person, but my father's leftovers forgotten in a thermos. Room temperature, unused, underdone. My father had a wife that my dad used to love. My dad, he was a genius. And my father is one too, but see, my dad, he had ideas and a bunch of shit to do. My dad, he was a dreamer, dreams so big they don't come true. And now my father's mad cause my dad didn't do it. Now it's through. My father is a whole bunch of unfinished projects. Walls half primed like they dried when the tide came. He's a boat in a backyard moat of overgrowth, a pair of rusty motorcycles dedicated to a driveway. He's that bar where the swings used to be. Back when I was too young to see anything he didn't show me. Back when he would lift me up so I could dream without being distracted by the solid ground below me. See, my dad, he built a kingdom without making a single metaphor. His bare hands drew life from a backyard. My childhood was spent on the edge of a pendulum, stretching out my legs, trying to kick that. My dad was a magician, a mathematician, a blacksmith, beautician, patching, stitching, fact and fiction. He had this mad ambition and pure love. And he may have been the last thing that I was sure of. I'm not sure. See, I often think of poetry, but pick my nails instead. all seems so weightless when we're floating. But then, you can't sleep forever. You have to descend, and when I woke up, what I realized was everything seemed so real. Now it's me and my dust. Everything seems so real. Everything that I love, but all his dreams seemed so real, till his dreams all dried up. So what does that mean for me and my stuff?